Hey guys, we have a full moon in Sagittarius coming up. So I just thought I would do a short presentation on what we can expect, what kind of energies will be floating around during this full moon on the 23rd of May at 2:53 in the afternoon. So that's at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. So what are the themes of Sagittarius? So it's a full moon, sorry, and it's about fulfillment. It's about things coming full into fruition. So it's ruled by Jupiter. So it certainly has that Jupiterian feel of expansion. So I'm wanting more from life. So the sign of Sagittarius itself is mutable, which means that energy can be split in a lot of different directions and there can be multiple things going on at the same time, but it's an exciting energy because it's fire, it's intuitive. So all this stuff is going on simultaneously, and there's so many exciting things going on with Sagittarius. It's about the adventure and the thrill. So some of the main themes then: travel, foreign travel. So absolutely fantastic time to book a holiday or to visit a destination abroad, or even take a trip abroad. Education is another theme as well, because you are broadening your own horizons. So expanding your own potential, so to speak, through education. Other themes to do with Sagittarius as well is about asking the bigger questions in life. So that could bring in themes of a religious nature and spirituality and giving some purpose to life. So Sagittarius, again, adventure. It's looking for a thrill and excitement. So sport is a big theme for Sagittarius as well. And the theme Sagittarius rules the hips and the thighs. So we're thinking about active sports here, running, cycling, even horse riding, because we have the Sagittarian theme with Jupiter and horses and the centaur as well. So also themes in regard to philosophy, about asking the bigger questions in life from a philosophical perspective. So that can be, why are we here? What is the meaning of my life? Do I have purpose? A lot of these answers can be found through philosophy and a study of philosophy and having a philosophical approach to things. So, and it's about putting some meaning and purpose into your life as well. It's about doing these things that give you a purpose. You feel you have something that you want to live for. So it's vocational in that kind of way to look at it as well, from that viewpoint. So this is about, with the full moon, it's fulfillment of, it's you realizing what you need, what's your life's purpose in some kind of way, and how are you going to fulfill that Sagittarian theme in your life about wanting more and progressing. So as we can see here, now this is a chart done for Belfast in Northern Ireland, and the full moon occurs in the third house, which has a natural association with learning, languages and communication as well. So let's look at what else we have going on here. There's actually a sextile aspect to Pluto in Aquarius. So that gives us an extra transformational theme and a feeling, an awareness that something must change, and we must allow that process to occur. So we're reinventing ourselves in some kind of way. So perhaps we are reinventing how we learn, or maybe we're looking at life and thinking, we need to learn more things. Maybe we need more knowledge. Maybe we need to learn more skills. So these are things that you will have to put in place yourself. So you'll have to action this. So then we can look at the opposite sign where the sun is, and that is in Gemini, 2 degrees of Gemini. So that's creating a balance between the two signs. Like, And what else we have here? There's an oppositional nature, which is basically it's the relationship of the opposites. So one can't operate without the other. The other needs one needs the other to function properly. So with Gemini is basically the energy that provides the curiosity to fulfill the search or the quest for the bigger meaning. Okay. So the sun here is in close aspect with Venus and with Jupiter, which are two extremely beneficial planets. And they are in the final degree of Taurus. So this is beneficial in terms of financial opportunities. Perhaps something is being bedded in terms of finance. Or what about relationships? Venus and Jupiter, these are positive vibes in terms of relationships as well. And because it's in the final degree of Taurus again, this is about creating a stable foundation. So perhaps something in your life is being stabilized and there's a foundation being formed. And Venus and Jupiter here are the blessings behind this. So perhaps it's the beginning. It could be the end of a troubling time and the beginning of a new foundation as we move into the new sign of Gemini for both Venus and Jupiter. And Jupiter moves into Gemini in a few days as well. So there's going to be a huge energy shift there also. And I've planned a presentation, which I'm going to bring out in 2 to 3 days as well. And that's all about Jupiter in Gemini for the next 12 months. So that's coming up. So there's going to be a huge shift in energy in terms of the mind, thinking, communication, those kinds of themes. Moving on, once my slide moves forward, kind of stuck. So here we go, we have the polarity. So the polarity of Sagittarius and Gemini, Sagittarius would be the higher education. So that's university qualifications. Gemini, the opposite polarity with that would be your standard schooling. So these are just oppositional energies, and I'm just highlighting what each one means as opposed to the other. So Sagittarius would be foreign travel as opposed to Gemini, which would be short little journeys of a local nature. Sagittarius, foreign culture. That's by understanding the bigger themes which go on outside our own world or our own country, so to speak. Taking in other cultures. And Gemini, the opposite would be just knowing what's going on in your own area, your own street or your own town, that kind of thing. So Sagittarius, also going back to the big ideas, Gemini would be more scatterbrained and focused on lots of little things, which are probably significantly important. But Sagittarius would be more focused on the larger ideas. And if we bring in some focus towards the arrow, the actual symbol that represents the sign of Sagittarius, it reminds us that we need to focus or aim on the things we want to achieve. Because with this mutable energy, we can get distracted in so many different ways. It's important to keep the main vision in focus. But it's still, because the sign's mutable, it's important to have other interests and allow your attention to vary into other things, because that creates variety in life. And if you have a Sagittarius or Gemini theme in your chart, you're born with that energy, so you need to exercise it. But do not forget about the larger themes, and remember to keep your aim on the bigger themes that are important to you, okay? So Sagittarius as well could be one way to look at it would be journalism. It's writing about the bigger themes, and the Gemini aspect of that would be the diary. So that's just like noting around the smaller things that happen on a day-to-day basis. So journalism would be the bigger picture, the bigger theme. Then lectures. Attending a lecture would be a Sagittarian kind of endeavor, kind of exercise, or a YouTube short or a TikTok video or something like that would be more Gemini kind of thing, because it's short, can be punchy, to the point. A lecture takes in a far wider scale of information and deeper knowledge, higher knowledge as well. So what you should be doing or thinking about here is incorporating your short-term learning with your higher ideals. So whatever your bigger goals are, whatever your long-term vision is, bring in the Gemini theme with learning the little bits which will support you on the way. So in terms of, say, for instance, you want to be a public speaker, you might need to brush up your skills on using Microsoft PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, or writing skills or writing speeches or things like that, or sharpening up your skills on could be mannerisms, or just the little skills that you need to develop the bigger plan, the bigger vision. Okay. So other themes that you can consider in this particular full moon energy: where does it occur in your own personal horoscope? What house is it in? What house is the full moon in? And then what house is the opposition energy in as well? Because that house axis is going to be activated, and that will represent a particular area of life that this energy is going to manifest. So it's about where you need to learn, where you need to grow and expand, in which areas of life. Does this full moon energy make any aspects to personal planets? Like, or what about any angles? Is it close to your ascendant or your midheaven? Does it make a conjunction aspect? Does it make a square aspect or opposition aspect? Because it's all going to affect your life in terms of the aspect it's making. And does it activate any particular chart themes? So if you have a T-square or a grand trine, for instance, these bigger configurations are going to be activated, and then you're bringing in a life theme. Okay. So I am Greg. I am Star Drifter Astrology. You can contact me for personal consultations, and I can provide a yearly forecast, which includes major transits, progressions, solar arcs, solar returns. This can give you a fantastic heads up for what energies are coming your way or already are in your life at the current moment of time. Some people simply benefit from a big three interpretation, which is really understanding your sun and your moon and your ascendant. It's getting in tune with those energies so that you can be more fulfilled in your progress through life. So if you want to show any appreciation at all for these recordings, you can visit Buy Me a Coffee, and you can buy me a coffee, and it will keep me up all night working on these presentations and providing you with more astro information. So please feel free to contact me for more information or to book a consultation or something like that. And in the meantime, well, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope the full moon goes very peacefully and happily for you. So thank you.